Hey guys, CPT Mechanic here. Today I'll be showing you how to remove, replace and reinstall a headliner on a 95 Honda Ballade EG. Let's get started. So as you can see, this headliner looks terrible. This is a 25-year-old car after all. So things like this will happen. So I'll just show you a few steps to get the headliner looking as good as new once again. Let's go. So these are just some of the basic tools and materials required to complete the job. Most importantly, the liner material itself, as well as the spray-on adhesive. A trim removal toolset is helpful, but not required, or not a necessity. So the only things holding the headliner to the car roof itself will be the two sun visors held in with a couple of screws, the center light fixture held in with a screw as well, two circular clips towards the back of the car, and the plastic panels on the side, which can easily be popped off. Let me show you how it's done. So let's start with the easy ones, such as the sun visors, which is held in with a couple of screws. So they are just held in by a screw and a clip on one side, and another screw on the other side. So let's do the same on the passenger side. So next is the dome light. The plastic cover can just be popped off, and the entire unit itself is held in with one screw. Let's not forget about the two circular fasteners in the center. And lastly, it's the plastic panels, which can easily be popped off by hand, but even easier if you have an interior trim toolset. So there we go guys, that's the headliner out, exposing the roof of the car. It was a bit of a mission to get the headliner itself out of the car, and the only way I could do that was to squeeze it through the rear passenger door. And here's the old headliner in all its glory, or lack of glory should I say, with the old fabric next to it. With a bit of elbow grease, it will look great again. So the best way to remove the old glue and material from the headliner is by hand with a metal wire brush. You could use a power tool, but it might damage the surface, and that's a risk I'm not really willing to take. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. So it's important to properly clean the surface and wipe off any remaining residue. Otherwise the adhesive won't stick properly to the fabric and will sag again shortly after. So now we need to roughly place the fabric over the headliner with a bit of overhang on each of the sides. It's important to have the foam section at the bottom facing the headliner and the fabric facing upwards. So once it's properly laid out and you're happy with a bit of overhang on the side, the back and the front, which will be used later on to tuck it underneath the headliner, just begin by folding it in half. Guys, it's advised to have 2 cans of contact adhesive. You don't want to be halfway through the job just to realize you need another can to complete it and have to run to the store to buy one. So guys, for good adhesion, start by applying a few coats to the headliner itself. And the material. And press firmly together. And that's the top all glued in. Look, it's not a perfect job. There are a few cuts and tears that I had to repair, but it's 10 times better than it was. Just the sides and the back and the front to be glued in, and it's good to go. Okay guys, the headliner is now complete. Glue is set. I've left it in the sun for about an hour or two, just for the glue to harden and to push out any other wrinkles which might have appeared. And now just for the installation. So I've popped the roof liner back in, pushed the interior trim back into their places. Now just to fit the dome light as well as the sun visors. And there we go guys, that's how to install a headliner for a 95 Honda Ballade. The All these push marks will eventually flatten out as the car warms up. That's what the heat does to the fabric. It stretches it out and it will disappear. And it's as easy as that, guys. And this is the headline I did 2 years ago. Still in immaculate condition, without a hint of sagging anywhere.